Hey, everybody, I'm Dr. John Sherk. It is Wednesday morning, 11 o'clock Central Time, and that means this is Brown Bag Lunch. So I've got something different for you guys today. Um, it's Christmas time, and I don't know how many of you really know like a lot of my personal story with air conditioning, and it involves my family. So I thought I would tell you that at Christmas time, tell you about it. Um, it's funny when I grew up as a uh, very, very poor family. Um, Minimum wage laborers, the whole process in the Midwest, and never really thought of having like a a family tradition or a family history and a lineage that I was sort of continuing. It was just sort of a lot of survival thinking and that kind of thing. But then as I got older and I started connecting the dots in the air conditioning business, um, it became clear that uh, the air conditioning business itself was the lineage that was connecting me to the people that came before me in my family. So, my grandfather, his name was John Miller. I got props today to show you. I hope this comes out well. This is his card that he was an air conditioning technician with Janitrol, who still exists today. They do primarily airline HVAC, like inside of airplanes. But that goes back to, I think, about 1959 or 1960, just after they were, um, that company was created. And then this little clock here, this was given to my mother by Johnson Controls uh, after 40 years of service in Johnson Controls. So she spent her entire life with JCI. And then for me, I'm not mechanical at all, but I went through a lot of education, a formal education, and I wrote a PhD dissertation on air conditioning technicians and the sort of dynamic that goes into when a technician is committed to a company or not committed to a company, or what is the nature of that? What does that look like? Which is why I do so much work in the air conditioning business. Why I do this brown bag lunch. Why I do HVAC Joy Lab. That's for technicians, because that's the world I live in mentally most of the time. How are you guys doing, and how is your connection to your company? That's why we're getting into the recruiting business next year with Operations Laboratory and so on. And so I'm sort of third generation in it. And then last night I got this text from my son. I don't know if you can see it or not, but basically he passed his EPA 608 certification yesterday and is kicking off his career as an air conditioning technician. 4 generations in the air conditioning business. So this is obviously very special to me, very important to me. But kind of the point of saying the story is, when I was younger, I just didn't see the connection. I mean, my grandfather was a tech. My mother worked for JCI, though she was, most of those years were in the manufacturing side of it, not in the service side of it. But it was still JCI. I'm an academic and a consultant. I could wash a coil, but after that, there's probably not much I can do to help myself mechanically if I have a problem with my air conditioning unit. And now my son is going into it. He's somewhere found some mechanical inclination I don't have. But the point is that when I was younger, I didn't think I had like this kind of connection. I just saw other friends who seemed to, like, they went into the business their dad was in, or something like that. And I just thought, well, I was just unlucky and I just didn't have it. So what I want to encourage you to think about, if you're a technician watching this, if you're an owner watching this, is, what are there connections there that you've just not made? How do it's Christmas time. Is there a way for you to understand air conditioning in a way that you're a part of something that's come before you, and you're a part of something that's going to happen after you? Because I can tell you from my part of it, um, it's incredibly meaningful. It's incredibly meaningful, incredibly valuable to me, incredibly important to me. And I had a very close relationship with my grandfather, and to be frank, there's a lot of times when I'm working with technicians, it's like he's there. I can feel, the connection to him, at least. So anyway, that's my encouragement to you. The purpose of Brown Bag Lunch is to find ways to improve the lives of air conditioning technicians however I can. And so this one at Christmas time, I just want to encourage you to think through. Some of you may say, I don't even know who my dad is. Some of you may say, uh, you know, I'd be tying to my uncle instead of or whatever. All I'm saying is, see if you can see yourself as more than just somebody who catches calls, and take a look at what's come before you. Take a look at what's coming after you, and see if you can tie together something meaningful this year at Christmas time. Okay. So we're going to take next week off, so I won't see you for 2 weeks. But I want to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and that I hope it kicks off for you really well in 2024.